welcome for 50-50 booking. Yes, we are 1 day removed. For those of you who don't follow me personally for my work stuff, you'll know why there wasn't a show yesterday, because I was photographing a wedding the entire day. I didn't get home till 1 o'clock in the morning. That's why there wasn't a show yesterday, and that's why it's today. And we're sneaking this in before my co-host over here does his stream after we're done.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the other thing to make people aware of, since we've had a show, we also have a hair colour change, which means we have a new charity, don't we?
Yep.
So would you like to tell everyone what we're doing this month?
This month I'm doing the British Heart Foundation, and I'm also doing Sing for Support. So for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok, I do the occasional song cover. Well, I've done one so far, and that was on the Try Something New month, where I posted it up. And yeah, so if you donate anything over £5, you get to pick a song for me to cover, and I'll post it up on social media and stuff so you guys can hear it.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Which means, of course, the Just Giving page now looks like this.
Yep.
So for those who are aware, because obviously these are color coordinated, the link is in the description below on YouTube, guys. If you're on Twitch, you come over to YouTube to get this link, okay? But if you're on Twitch, you can go to here and obviously follow the live streams. Obviously, this is where Aaron will be once we're done here.
Maybe give it a 10-minute gap, but I'll be there.
Yeah, change over time and stuff. Yeah, definitely. So, what are we doing on Twitch today?
Tonight we're streaming Fortnite, possibly with a couple of friends. Old Buck Paddington, maybe. If not, I'm sure Albert will be on, or Liam, possibly.
So we might have the new daddy on.
Yeah.
So that could be fun. You do know if the Bubba got to play, she'd be better than all of you, just to be clear.
Not sure whether or not to take that personally or not.
It's a baby. Nobody's going to try and beat a baby.
God, no. Give it the number to Childline before it's even out of nappies.
Exactly. So, yeah, we all know that's not happening. So, right. So I'll get the channel plugs out of the way beforehand, so that way once we're finished, you can go straight off. So basically, we have the Patreon, guys, for all the stuff to support us right here. Link in the description below to find out more. Or you can message to find out more, which you can do from Twitter. Here's the Twitter. And there's the Instagram. There's the Instagram. We're on Facebook too. Again, all those links are in the description of YouTube show, so you can find the stuff there. So we get through that. So this week, however, with our shows, we don't have any pay-per-views or anything, so we've actually just got the 4 normal shows we cover. And there's a couple of things we are going to go a bit more in depth in, but we are pretty much just doing Raw, NXT, NXT UK, and SmackDown. So. Yep. Until probably next week, where I think is actually a special edition of NXT, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So once we talk about NXT, we'll talk about it. So, but the first thing, of course, we start off with, guys, because we do this in day order, which means the first thing is Monday Night Raw.
And Randy Orton was not there.
Yeah, he still won a Battle Royal to be in a triple threat match at the end of the show.
Yeah. I don't know why Randy wasn't there. They didn't specify why he wasn't there.
Yeah, that one's been kept quite quiet, which tends to mean it's probably storyline. Because you wouldn't cover an injury. Injuries generally come out because then we have to see doctors and stuff. So, but you never know, because it is possible to keep it quiet, but it's unlike WWE to keep that stuff quiet.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, basically this battle royal at the beginning of the show was won by somebody who basically had a sick note for Randy Orton when they came to Raw. Is the only way I can really state this.
I mean, it was interrupted in a way by Omos as well. He came out and eliminated the Viking Raiders. Then, of course, you had the 24/7 championship segment in the middle of the match, which was actually quite good, I thought.
To be fair, that's where to have something like that if you are going to do that stuff.
Yeah, it's like a little gap filler, a little chortle in between a match. It's not bad.
Well, thinking of particular battle royal, it makes more sense because generally in battle royals, it's forearm, 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 and then occasionally somebody will get eliminated. So if you have something different in there, like what happens with 24/7 stuff, it's something different to keep people hopefully engaged, even if you don't necessarily like the 24/7 title. It's something different at least.
I mean, the fact that it came down to Damien and Riddle as well was quite interesting. I mean, that's a match that I wouldn't mind seeing this week if it was to happen due to Riddle eliminating Damien. But yeah, as we said before, Riddle won. Well, Randy Orton won.
How about we just call him Randy Riddle?
Yeah, sure, double R.
Yeah, Randy Riddle. Right. So Randy Riddle won the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Which put him into a triple threat match later on in the night against AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner of this gets it's basically that last chance loser thing gets to be in the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't have minded either Damien or Riddle winning this, but I guess storyline-wise it made sense for Riddle to win. Even though what happened later on in the night completely just threw that off the table.
Right, but yeah, this is what I would have agreed to apart from what happens in that last match.
Yeah.
Otherwise, all at the same time, they probably don't want to beat Priest either, possibly. Being eliminated in Battle Royal is not a big deal.
No.
Being pinned, however, is much more, we got pinned.
Mm.
So maybe that's why he didn't get in that triple threat match. But I do agree with you. One of them would have worked in this match.
Yeah. And then you had the AJ whining segment, which was boring, so we can move on.
Yeah, I haven't even listed it. That's how boring it was.
Yeah. Then the Nikki Ash, almost a superhero thing.
Yeah, I literally just have the match with Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki versus Shayna.
Yeah.
I mean, a good match. Alexa coming out wasn't surprising with the whole Reginald mind control thing that they've got going on at the moment.
Well, they were also in that tag team match last week as well together, so at least that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I like how Nikki got the win as well. Like the winning ways seem to be continuing for Nikki Ash or Nikki Cross or whatever you want to call her.
I just call her Cross because I know who that is. So
yeah, I did like how Alexa was took Reginald and Nia Jax out with literally one movement, like a kick to the knee and then a kick to the ghoulies for good old Reginald.
Yeah, not big fan of that because I like matches to end with just the people in the ring ideally.
Yeah, I've got to let the dog back in just a sec.
Yeah, no worries. But I would say, in all honesty, obviously Aaron can still hear me and so can you guys too. I think Cross winning was definitely the right call here, simply because I like Baszler, and Aaron I know likes Baszler, but if you've just repackaged somebody to do a new gimmick, you want them to be successful, and having her win the tag match and then win the singles match, this is good because it hopefully is building her to something. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But it's WWE, so.
Mm-hmm. So next we had Kofi and MVP face to face for some reason.
Oh, sending a message to Lashley, essentially.
Yeah, I thought we was going to get a match. I didn't think we was going to get face to face, so I was kind of disappointed. I mean, we got a heartfelt promo from Kofi, and then MVP came out over and over again, then said his bit, and Kofi kind of shot him down over and over again, which was just easy for Kofi, really, because of like his status in the last couple of years, whereas MVP's only recently come back, and it's a "what have you done for me lately" kind of business. Let's face it.
Yeah. I also think the reason there probably wasn't a match is I think MVP is currently actually injured.
Yeah, it's his knee.
So, yeah, hence the reason no match. Because, I don't know, if you'd kept a certain grouped together, you had two flunkies you could have used.
Yeah, possibly.
That's all I'm saying.
Hello, booking.
Yeah.
And then the rematch of Rematch Raw, Oscar and Naomi versus Eva and Piper Niven.
Before this, Eva and Piper had a discussion, and Eva's saying, my protege is not going to make up for her slip up last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as you pointed out, yes, rematch.
Yeah, I mean...
50-50 booking. 50-50 booking.
I mean, even though Eva sorted things with Piper, Piper didn't seem happy. At all.
No.
Well, this match was just confusing, but showed how dominant Piper can be against two of the best in WWE right now.
Yeah. Just for clarification, if anyone's listening to this later, we're talking about the one they're calling Doudrop. Her name is Piper Niven. That is her name. Piper
On
Niven.
social media, to be fair, Piper Niven is addressing herself as Doudrop as well, so she's taking it in her stride. Whether or not she'll actually get her own name back, who knows?
Yeah, but in context of what we're talking about, I thought it was best to explain, because obviously we're calling her Piper.
Yeah, I'm not calling her Doudrop.
No, but I'm explaining to anyone who may be listening who isn't familiar with the fact that she is actually Piper Niven.
And if you don't know who Piper Niven is, watch NXT UK, for crying out loud.
There's a few other places you can probably catch stuff with her performing in as well. So
She in Impact or TNA?
Well, there's a lot of the there's some of the English independent stuff is actually on the WWE network now, so you can probably watch her on one of those, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure she did it around. I mean, more likely she turned up at Progress at some point. I'm pretty sure Progress is on there, or Evolve. But there's ways to watch it, or even just YouTube. There's bound to be YouTube matches of her somewhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Eva and Piper won. Yeah.
And then next we had Ricochet versus John Morrison.
Oh no, you've missed up the setup for this match.
What, when Ricochet got Miz with the dripstick backstage?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it was a pretty gold moment. I like the fact that in the match as well, when Ricochet broke a dripstick.
Yeah. The thing is, if you are going to do things like this, make them relevant to the match, and at least it was.
Yeah, I mean, both wrestling and entertainment-wise, this was probably match of the night, to be fair.
Yeah, I would definitely go with that. There's definitely much worse to come.
Yeah.
I mean, however, unfortunately, the match does end in a double count out.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've got down in red down here as well.
Yeah. But these two, I would like to see more from these two, so I'm pretty sure they could work well together.
Oh, yeah, I've got no doubt about it.
Yes. However, the next thing
Six women tag team match.
That's the one, yeah. Obviously, for those listening who didn't see this, we have Charlotte Flair, Tamina, and Natalya defeating Rhea Ripley, Mandy Rose, and Dana Brooke.
I mean, the start of this match was crazy, and then the bell rang.
Yeah.
Tag match normality. Charlotte got the win, of course, and then got a chop block for her troubles from Ripley.
Yeah.
It was just stale. There wasn't really anything interesting about this match.
I would say, in all honesty, you could have achieved what you needed to here by just having Charlotte come out, run her mouth, and then Ripley jumps from behind and then chop blocks to the leg.
Yeah, and apparently we're having a section tonight about Charlotte updating everyone on her injury status. So Charlotte will come out on crutches or on a knee brace, probably. In a knee brace, probably. Set up Ripley for a fall.
Well, crutches enables them to be used as a weapon if somebody comes out. So there's that possibility, of course. Or you could have both the mini brace and the crutches. So there is that. Tamina and Natalia, the tag champions, involved in this match as well. Don't know what this did here. Yeah.
It's just putting down its talent that could be used so much better.
Yeah. Why not have
them? Dana Brooke should have had a title match by now, and the fact that they haven't is kind of why.
That's it. They could have had it on the show.
Yeah. They've been building this rivalry for 2 weeks too long. This should have happened. The title match should have happened like the week after the brawl happened backstage. I say,
there you go. Yeah. If you have two, because that brawl happened 2 weeks in a row, do it after the second one, because then you've made a point of, we can't contain them. So that's when to do it.
We can't contain them, so we put them in a 6-woman tag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we had the strap match between Jackson, Riker, and Elias.
Oh, the joy.
Only the match had some creative moments.
I do have an issue with this match, but go on.
But it wasn't, in my opinion, it was an okay match, to be honest, except the fact that Riker was in it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, everyone has the issue with the fact Riker's in it, but my issue is actually with the...
I can't believe they're trying to get Riker to be a babyface.
Yeah, it's... I mean,
won't shut up.
If you exclude the fact Riker's in this match, the issue I have is with the stipulation.
Yeah.
Generally, when you have a strap match, you win it by touching the corners.
You win by what?
By touching all 4 corners of the ring.
Yeah.
Why?
It's a non-traditional strap match, to be honest.
Well, that's it. It made no sense.
No.
At all.
Nope.
From my point of view, it made no sense.
Then it was announced that we will see Xavier Woods versus Bobby Lashley again tonight.
Yeah.
This time not in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. Pardon my French, but this is how you shit the bed right here, okay? You have a match which has a big stipulation like Hell in a Cell, and then a couple of weeks later, you then have a singles match, which is a normal match. How does that make sense?
No.
It doesn't, does it? Right, yeah.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Xavier and I'm sure Lashley can put on a really good match. I've got no doubt about that. But the storytelling here is stupid.
Unless Kofi reverses it on Bobby and makes Hurt's MVP, causes the distraction and Xavier pins Bobby.
Well, it is typical trope 50-50 WWE booking, so it's possible.
And then Xavier gets added to the title match at Money in the Bank in a triple threat.
Which would actually be quite interesting to me, I've got to say. Also, with that, you have the possibility, of course, with that match. It's depending on when it takes place. If the Money in the Bank match has already happened before the title match happens, you risk the winner of the suitcase being able to cash in on him too.
Yeah. And triple threat at Money in the Bank aren't known to end well.
No. They are not.
Dean Ambrose springs to mind, or John Moxley.
In WWE terms, you can say Ambrose because it relates to him being Ambrose, so it makes sense to call him that. The former Dean Ambrose. if you like. But yeah, because obviously he literally won it and then cashed literally later the same PV. It's not the first time it's happened. Kane did it as well. There's been a few of them.
To Mysterio of all people. Poor
Yeah.
Mysterio.
Well, to be fair, if you're Kane and you've got and raised the champion and he's injured, what are you going to do? Really? Of course you cash in on it. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, at least story wise, it makes sense to do it to Ray. You wouldn't do it if it was like a fully healthy Undertaker. It'd be like, oh, no, that's all right. I'll wait till later. Because the whole point of that, it's why the Money in the Bank thing works better if it's usually a heel that has it, because they can be more devious with it. It can, of course, work for a face, because look what happened with Ambrose. You just mentioned him.
Yeah. And back to Raw. Drew versus AJ versus Riddle.
Yes, the triple threat match, basically last chance loser match to decide who gets that last spot in Money in the Bank.
And halfway through the match, Riddle got carried out with a foot injury.
No, Randy Orton.
Right.
Oh, sorry, Randy Riddle.
So it came down to AJ and Drew.
Omos got involved here too.
Yeah. And then Riddle came back out. Randy Riddle came back out.
Mm-hmm.
Almost got AJ if it wasn't for Omos.
Yeah.
But then Riddle waited a Claymore kick and got the final Raw spot on the Money in the Bank thing. Well, it wasn't really what a lot of people wanted, to be honest with you.
I mean, that's the thing. I have nothing against Drew. I like Drew as a wrestler, but no. AJ or Riddle should have won this match for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I like the idea of Drew in a ladder match, though. Got to be honest.
Huh?
I like the idea of Drew McIntyre in a ladder match. Got to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against that either, but I just think hasn't he had enough opportunities and
As long as he doesn't win this, as long as he doesn't win it.
That's the problem. I think he's going to.
Yeah, that's the issue with him being in the match. But if he's in it and he doesn't win it, then great.
I mean, that's the only way I see a round from where he is right now. A way of getting around where he is right now, because he has to either go to SmackDown or he has to become Mr. Money in the Bank, because he can't cash in on Lashley. That's been stated already. Yeah.
So even if he has the suitcase, he can't use it. And also there's a draft coming up.
Yeah, I know.
So there are ways they can get around it if they need to. Plus, here's the thing with shows like wrestling shows, they write the scripts for these things. They can get themselves out of these things if they try.
Yeah. I gave Raw the 4.
What was it?
4.
Yeah, I can see that. There was some interesting stuff on it, and it definitely could have been much worse.
Could have.
There was also a lot of stuff that it wasn't great, but there was some stuff that was okay, which is, yeah, I think that's fair. So we have 4 for that. So that brings us to NXT. Essentially, though, it's the go-home show for the Great American Bash next week. Well, tomorrow for us now, of course.
Yeah.
So we have a tag team match to start us.
Mm-hmm.
We have Io Shirai and Zoe Stark against Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. So Raquel Gonzalez, I should say. The winners of this match will face The Way at the Great American Bash.
Yeah.
And I like the fact the team that won this, I've got to say.
Yeah.
Although I would have been curious to have seen Gonzalez and Kai against them.
Yeah. I mean, it was a really great match. Like filled with high flying action. It even had its bloody picture break.
Yeah. Aaron loves his picture break.
Yeah. I mean, all the great matches have it now in NXT.
Apparently so.
So yeah, we're getting Zoe Stark and Io Shirai versus The Way.
You know, Meltzer adds another star onto the rating if it's got a picture break.
Yeah. And that's going to be the tag team championship match at the Great American Bash.
Yeah, which, as we speak, is tomorrow, the 6th of July. So we'll see what happens with that. Next up, we have Karrion Kross being jumped by Gargano. This was broken up by the security before it got too heavily involved, though. But again,
why did Johnny think this was a good idea? Why? He Death Wish does have a Death Wish. Yes, he does, Bruce. He does.
Yeah, Bruce thinks it's dumb too, and that should tell you everything.
Yes, stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. We have the return of the Breakout tournament in 2 weeks' time.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think this is interesting. The problem is a lot of these people I wouldn't really call breakouts because we're already familiar with most of them.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen the list, to be honest.
The funny part, though, is that they refer to last year's winner. Gee, I wonder why. They're not there anymore.
I can't remember who it was.
ACH.
Can't remember who that is.
Yeah, that's the point. They're not there anymore. They didn't get mentioned because
WWE had the one match with Adam Cole and disappeared.
That's it. That's the one,
yeah. What happened to him?
He's not there. He's gone.
Was he just released?
Yeah, he's one of the many people that got let go.
Why?
No idea.
I thought he got injured in the match with Adam Cole.
That's quite possible.
So if they let him go for that, then that's a bit out of order.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at it this way. At least you got the tournament back, and hopefully it does highlight some of these guys because a lot of them are lesser known talents or not as well shown. So hopefully that helps some of them anyway, because hopefully they can get somewhere.
Yeah.
So there you go. And right after this,
Hit Row confronted Bronson Reed.
Yeah, I'm going to have an issue of these type of segments, so I'm going to mention this now. There's far too many of these confronting people segments on this show for me.
Yeah.
Vary it up in some way. Don't have them always be, I'm going to beat you.
I mean, it was good for what it was to get a title match, and that's what Swerve got.
Right.
But
you're right.
It did as long as it was.
Yeah, you're right. It did serve a purpose at least, but yeah. If you're going to take ages to do something which could be done within like 2 minutes, then don't.
Yeah. Speaking of 2 minutes, are we going to talk about the next part? The Karrion Kross segment.
Yes, we are. What I don't understand with this is why this isn't just attached to the bit that happened earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it was good, but it seemed like the whole night seemed like a cat and mouse game build up between Johnny Gargano and Karrion Kross, and at the same time, you can feel the tension building between Karrion Kross and Samoa Joe. So, we know that we're probably going to end up having a match between Samoa Joe and Karrion Kross down the line.
I would argue they've done a better build between Kross and Joe than they have between Kross and Gargano.
Yeah, and they've
And
probably done it accidentally as well.
yeah, and that's an issue because you want to be making it between the challenger and the champion.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No, I think it's more. I think it's actually like probably because more people want to see Joe versus Karrion Kross than they do Gargano versus Karrion Kross.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people.
Yeah, I mean, because I'd absolutely love to see Joe versus Karrion.
I just like Samoa Joe, so that does help.
Yeah.
And Johnny Gargano, as good as he is, he bores me.
Yeah, it's always the kickouts. It's just like, oh my god, oh my god,
Yeah.
oh my god. We know he can kick out. It's just tiring now.
The term one trick pony springs to mind.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing not taken from his skill. Talented wrestler, but far too reliant upon those kickouts.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If anything, he's the endurance test of NXT.
I think that's a fair comment.
Kind of like the Jack Stars of NXT, like NXT.
Oh yeah, we will be talking about him in a bit, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, him and young Mr. Bate, but that's when we get to NXT UK.
Mm. So after this, we see another charging symbol, and I've seen this for the past 3 weeks now, and I've got no idea what it's about.
To be honest, I didn't see it.
The past few weeks I thought it was about Diamond Mine, but now that Diamond Mine's out, it happened again, and this time it was at 60%, and I was like, okay, well, who the hell's this?
T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T.
I don't think so. Somehow.
Sorry, it was just the easiest thing to poke fun at. But yeah, it clearly must refer to something, but God knows what it is.
No, I mean I'm not sure who or what it could be, to be honest.
Yeah, obviously, for those of you outside of America who don't know what I'm referring to those particular three companies, those are the American Cell Company. Those are the big three major ones.
If you wanted to make a British reference, O2, Orange, EE,
Vodafone, GIF, GAF. There's quite a few of them here.
yeah, Virgin.
So, yeah, and the phone company. Yeah.
And the broadband company. Oh wait, same thing.
And the train company. Wait, same thing. And the music company. No, wait, same thing.
And the London Marathon sponsor. Oh wait, no, same thing.
No, same thing. Yeah, yeah. Virgin do a lot of stuff here. The Virgin company. That is, just to be clear, right? But
Not Virgin. They're innocent.
Only for a while. But anyway,
Unless they're an alpha bear.
It's only until Aaron meets them. But anyway.
You make me sound terrible, you do.
Well, no, you do chat them up and wine and dine them first. You don't make them do anything. They just can't help it. But anyway.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
You're the Ric Flair of streaming.
What, with this hair? No.
Woo!
Made me sound like a right slut.
Yeah, for those of you who aren't aware, this is a rib. It's not serious, just to be very clear. It's a bit, people. Man, to have a sense of humour. Aaron knows I'm joking.
A face like this is definitely a fucking rib, let's be honest.
Hey, I beat you to it, so.
At least you can grow facial hair.
Oh, I grow far too much facial hair. I shaved this morning. Cost me a fortune in razors, but anyway, back to the wrestling. You mentioned him when you talked before about the battery thing promo, and this is what follows up. We have a segment which involves a member of the Diamond Mine
Mm-hmm.
in action, which is Roderick Strong.
Versus Hale.
Good to see Roderick back in the ring, and Asher Hale's not too bad either, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, there was no ring rust from Strong, like, at all.
Yeah,
You could tell he's been keeping to his craft while he's been away.
definitely.
I mean, the new submission looked kind of painful as well. Wouldn't like to get caught in that anytime soon.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's important. If you go away and come back like Strong has, add something to what you've got, and I think that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, and the way that he actually got him to tap out with it as well. Showed that a good change, and yeah, really good.
Definitely so. Right, which leads us, of course, to the poor man's $1 million man, Cameron Grimes against Ari Sterling. Sterling.
I like Sterling. I mean, he's fun to watch, and a great win for Cameron Grimes.
And then
the $1 million champion came out, and
who's that dummy?
LA Knight. And yeah, he put a play on the table saying that he'd give him a rematch for the championship, but if Cameron Grimes loses, he has to become LA Knight's butler.
Mm-hmm. And guess what I think's happening?
Becoming the butler.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think's happening.
Yeah, I can see it happening too.
I mean, they might surprise me, but I think it makes more sense storyline-wise for that to happen.
Yeah.
But, you know, WWE stories, they don't always make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But not the worst thing. But as you pointed out, it's a decent match, and Sterling certainly played his part in it.
Yeah. And then we had the Kyle O'Reilly segment.
Mm-hmm. Another one of these confrontations.
Adam Cole came out, Joe interrupted, which was kind of funny.
Yeah, the only good thing about this was Joe.
Yeah. I mean, both promos were great. And then, of course, Adam Cole did his thing and tried to go for Kyle. Nearly took out Joe in the process. And then, yeah, O'Reilly locked Cole in a heel hook, and Joe just stood there and stared at Adam, writhing in absolute agony.
Well, that's the thing. Why would he get involved there? He's only supposed to get involved if he's provoked or touched.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing his job there.
He got out the ring, walked halfway out the ramp, and then gave the security the nod to break it up. That's what I found funny.
I think somebody's definitely upset Samoa Joe, and that is not the safest place in the world to be, right? At any point in your life.
I think it's because Adam Cole keeps having Samoa Joe's name in his mouth.
He should stop that. That's how people get hurt.
Yeah.
There's a reason there's a chant, Joe is going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know why that chant exists, go watch Ring of Honor for when Joe was there. That's how that will explain everything.
I mean, you could have said that. You could have said. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. You could have told Adam Cole that like a few weeks ago after he finally woke up from being put to sleep. But I still don't think he would have remembered, to be honest.
Well, Adam Cole's a slow learner, and he just doesn't understand how these things seem to work.
I mean, for a slow learner, he did hold the championship for quite a while. I guess he never learned how to let go, you could say.
Definitely not, baby.
Cringe.
Yeah, well, out of him and his other half is definitely much better at holding a title. But
Whew.
oh, the thing is, I don't particularly rate either of them, but she's definitely better than he is. It's not even close.
I can agree with that.
Again, my personal opinion. People don't have to agree with me.
No, I can generally agree with it.
Yeah.
And then we had the mixed tag team match between Jake Atlas and Mercedes Martinez versus Tian Shaw. Not gonna lie, Jake Atlas and Double M is quite a weird combination.
I think it did kind of work though.
It did, yeah.
I mean, the real highlight of this match though is the ending that wasn't meant to happen.
Yeah, I really hope Martinez is okay after that kick because it really did catch badly.
Apparently she's fine, but it did take a while for her to be fully with it.
Yeah. So I mean, the way the back of Xia Li's heel actually connected, like it was way too close to the temple.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that Martinez was knocked for 6.
It's one of those things where I'm always surprised where it doesn't happen often when people used to face Aleister Black.
Yeah, it just goes to show you how good Aleister Black actually is.
Doing that move, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I have like a I have a theory about Actually, no, I'll wait until SmackDown until we talk about
Yeah,
it.
don't worry, we're going to talk about that. But the thing is that I don't blame Xia Li either because there's 2 people involved when you do that move. I suspect Martinez was slightly out of place.
I mean, it could be. It's just one of those 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah, it could be. The thing is, it could be both their faults. It might even be none of their faults. It could just be a fluke.
Yeah. But I mean, it did kind of like bring a bit of suspense to the ending of the match. So, like, I'm glad no one's hurt, but it ended better than it was probably going to.
Yeah. Weirdly, it worked out better. Yeah.
Yeah, at least this way, there's going to be a bit more heat in the rivalry now.
I would think so. Yeah. Speaking of rivalries and heat, one team has all the heat in this rivalry, and the other one is really sucky.
Yeah.
You can tell me who you think which one is.
I've literally got written down here. This got a lot more heated than I thought it was going to be.
Yep.
I mean, Ciampa is intimidating enough. Then you've got Thatcher, who just smiling at you will creep you the hell out.
It'll creep most people out. Yeah, definitely.
Like, really want to get on the bad side.
Yeah, essentially though, for anyone who didn't see this, this was a confrontation between MSK and Thatcher and Ciampa.
And all 4 of them bought chairs out.
Yeah.
I kind of chuckled at that.
Yeah. The one who you should always watch who has any sort of weapon there is Ciampa, for obvious reasons.
The reason he was called the Sicilian psychopath.
Yeah. And it weren't just because he likes pasta.
No.
No, he hurt people. He hurt them bad.
Yeah.
Just ask Gargano.
Yeah, I mean, some of their takeover matches were just even a bit too far for me to watch, especially when he widow spelled Gargano on the exposed ring apron. He actually saw the boards.
Now, obviously, it's a different thing here because this might be a generational thing as well. It also might just be a what you can deal with thing. I have no issue watching things like that. Never have done.
I don't myself, but I was thinking more for other people. I was just like, wow, is there like such a thing as too far when it comes to these two? And apparently there isn't.
No. The thing with stuff like that, though, is it has to be appropriate for what's going on or for the
And
people involved.
it was.
Yeah, you got to bear in mind with those two, they got to a point where it was a full-on rivalry. One had turned on the other one, and they'd had a series of matches which had just built and built and built. So yeah, you'd expect that to happen. It's normal.
Ciampa cost Gargano the NXT Championship as well.
There you go.
Then cost him his career.
Yeah. Then they had to go and tag together on the main roster when they got called up.
Mm-hmm.
Which
It's
really
like
damaged the
WWE had a story moment.
It proves they just don't watch NXT, is what that proves. But it did ruin that particular thing. But this segment, all this segment I think really did was just make it very clear that Thatcher and Ciampa are much better at this than MSK are.
The fact that Ciampa went up to, I think it was Carter, and kiss, like said, "Bring your pride, bring your titles," and the Great American Bash, we take both, and then kissed him on the cheek. I was just like, yeah. If that hadn't have gone any other, if that had gone any other way, I wouldn't have been happy. That's perfect.
I would probably say out of all the things to watch on that show next week, that's probably the match to watch.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, the title, the Gargano cross match could be interesting, but I don't think it will be anywhere near the level of what this is going to be.
Mm.
And I think the O'Reilly and Cole match is going to be more of the same. I think this at least will have something interesting and something different.
What I want to happen on the Kyle O'Reilly Adam Cole match is for Diamond Mine to get involved.
You've also got Fish lingering around somewhere.
Yeah. Because remember, Strong wasn't actually originally in the UE.
No, he was added later.
So I think, like, if anything, we could have a OG UE reformation somewhere down the line against Diamond Mine.
Possibly if they want to rehash something that was overused in its first run, maybe.
Yeah, and then Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly turn on Adam Cole. Just to fair.
It would be nice to have Green Dragon back, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So there you go. So we have MSK, Ciampa, and Thatcher, and Jess. And unless I missed my guess, we're now at the main event. Unless I've missed something. So it's a North American title match between Swerve Scott with all of Hit Row.
No. Gargano jumped across again.
Oh, right. Yeah. That explains why.
Paid for it in full. Almost got run over, but Joe saved him. Yeah,
I figured there was a reason I didn't include it because it's another Gargano cross thing. Had enough of those already.
Yep.
All three of these things should have been in the same block.
Yeah.
There was no need to spread it out throughout the show. In my opinion.
I think at this rate, you're just going to have to turn NXT into NXJ. Because Joe seems to be the only good thing on there at the moment.
I would like somebody out there to make a clip of NXT every week and just have clips where it's just Joe.
Yeah, call it the highlight reel.
Yeah, NX Joe. Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Or NXT Samoa.
Oh, God, don't give WWE an excuse to go to Samoa.
They really do. Have you not noticed half of the SmackDown roster of Samoa?
Yeah, but I mean, the roster go in there and everything. Oh, God. Give me a second.
No worries. So, yeah, as you can clearly tell, I do not give one hoot about Gargano and Cross's match. I really think it's going to be probably average at best. It'll be probably a typical Gargano kick-out routine thing.
Alright, so next was main event, Swerve versus Bronson Reed.
North American title match. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the
This,
first 5
was,
minutes was
I was going to
literally
say
like
this.
Sorry.
Yeah, this was made. So I was just going to say this was what was made earlier on in the night, just to put some context into it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the first 5 minutes, if you watch this match, was literally and figuratively a multiple squashing match. And it was just another picture break as well. So 75% of the match was great. Like the 75% I actually watched. And then
here's the thing with this. You are lucky you don't have to put money in that jar for every time there's a picture-in-picture break.
Yeah, especially for how many breaks they put in the picture break.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, a great 75% of the match. I mean, Hit Row caused the distraction, cost Bronson Reed the championship, and I will say I called it. Like, I said Bronson wouldn't be champion for very long.
Yeah, I think a lot of people also jumped on that bandwagon to agree with you, especially after you had that main event match.
I mean, I called it as soon as he won the title because I've thought as soon as somebody sees him like on the main roster, like as soon as he gets a title, Vince is going to say, "I want that one."
Well, bear in mind, Vince McMahon did do a performance center visit not too long ago.
Yeah, like he did last week.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And he's like a kid in a candy store. I want that one. I want that one. I want that one.
And let's be honest, Triple H is not one to say no.
Well, ultimately, he can't.
Yeah. It's Papa McMahon.
Well, when you own the company, you can almost do what you want. And of course, I say almost because there are still legal things which prevent certain things happening. Thankfully. So yeah, Swerve is now the North American champion. Will this help Hit Row? God knows. I think they've already screwed up slightly anyway. Through doing certain things and having certain things take far too long to occur.
Yeah. I mean, so we'll probably see him on SmackDown or Raw pretty soon.
Well, main event probably again first. Because apparently Cross has got a main event match this week. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, so that is NXT. Well, main NXT anyway. Do, 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 do. Yeah, there we go. So at this point, NXT rating would be what we need from Aaron here when he comes back.
Sorry,
It's all right.
I've got a friend who's having a bit of a.
No, it's all right. I mean, as I've explained many times on all the shows that appear on this, we all have lives and other stuff we are doing as well. So sometimes that will intersect into the programs, and if it does, it happens. That's life. You know, we're real people. We are not artificially created people who just appeared to do these shows.
Yeah. All right, should we move on to NXT?
Rating.
Oh, rating. 7.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, there's definitely things I would remove from it, but yeah. So, but I can see 7 as a score for it. I think that's fair. That, of course, leads us to usually Aaron's favourite show. We'll see if it is this week, of course, NXT UK.
Yeah, and this week to start off with, we had Isla Dawn versus Amelia McKenzie.
Yes, we did.
I mean, the spirit thing with Dawn actually cost her the win. I'm not sure what I think about this whole like witchy side really coming out of Isla Dawn right now. I prefer it when she was like the White Witch and she had her witchy thing, but she didn't like make it a main stage like drama, high school drama dropout performance.
Yeah, it borders on the Fiend Alexa thing.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan.
Yeah. I think in certain situations that stuff works, but not in a match. Especially not for also the person involved. I think it can work, but generally it just won't. Because let's see. But yeah, Mackenzie wins the match. And that's how you go, really.
Yeah, and then of course we had Stars versus Tyler Bate,
Yes,
which
we need
was
to
a
get this.
Heritage Cup
Yes.
match.
Which Stars decided, after all, oh, I will accept that match after originally decided he wasn't going to take handouts and then having Dave Mastiff tone, what? Take it, you dummy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought this was going to be like the main event match, to be honest.
I'm surprised it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good match, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first round there was no falls. Second round, Bate got the first fall. Stars got the second fall in round 3, and Bate got the final fall only just in round 4.
And there you go. So Bate retains.
Yeah, it was a good match all in all. But then Mark Coffey came out and jabbed Bate in the mush.
Yeah.
So I think Gallus may be after the Heritage Cup now. We might see the first ever triple threat British rules rounds match.
Be interesting to see how that works.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've only ever seen one, and that was on tape. I know that was like a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, for those of you who are unaware, NXT is taped live. Essentially, it's live to tape. Is the expression used.
Yeah.
It's pre-recorded, but it's literally done to tape. They don't edit it at all.
Yeah, I mean a triple threat British rules rounds match, basically the same like rules as a normal rounds match, except I think there's 9 rounds instead of 6, and it's the first 1 to 2 points.
That makes sense.
So yeah, and I think there's 4 minutes a round instead of 2.
Yeah, more competitive. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I only say that that might be happening because it was like because of the friendly competition that Wolfgang and Mark Coffey have been having lately. But then again, you've got Trent Seven in there as well, so he might have a Mustache Mountain reunite match up against Gallus. But I think with the rivalry, it would be more interesting to get the Heritage Cup in there with a triple threat.
Well, there's nothing to stop them doing both things. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true.
But I think the triple threat in the cup thing would be much more. It would be more different. So yeah, I can see that would be. I think that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Always give yourself options for stuff, and this gives them plenty of options to work with, and I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. And then we had the Mako Satomura segment.
Yeah.
And the new women's champ, even though she's had the title for 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
So, new.
Yeah. To re-emphasize a point that you've been making since she won, why her or the former champion didn't come out the week after and do something with this. Why is it 3 weeks later?
We don't know. What made me laugh is that Nina Samuels tried to take the spotlight, come out, and she got dropped by Amel.
Yeah.
And then Amel basically got told that she could have a title match after being dropped by Satomura.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, this is bad, in all honesty.
Yeah, I mean, it paints Mako as like, I get she's the final boss. I guess that like that's her like moniker and stuff. But if you're gonna be the final boss and like accept all challenges, fair enough. But surely she should have said yes to Nina Samuels before she was dropped
Right.
and said, "No, Amel, you get in line. I take on all comers, but you came out second."
But this is also the thing that would bother me about this whole segment. If she's giving out title matches, why isn't the former champion the first one out? They're going, "Oh, where's my match?"
Yeah. Then we had Valkyrie versus Mila Smith.
Yeah.
Another strong performance by Valkyrie, of course. A good showing from Smith. Valkyrie got the victory. No surprise there. She's only got one loss on her record so far, and that was from Mako Satomura.
I was going to say, yeah, there is. Yeah, that's exactly right. The current women's champion.
Yeah. And
Not a bad record to have, is it?
then the main event, which I really do believe should have been swapped with the Heritage Cup match.
Yeah, I think we're both in agreement on that one. The Bait Stars match should have been here.
Yeah. But this was a great match. A nasty fall for it was Devlin versus A-Kid.
Finn Balor Jr.
Yeah.
versus a child, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, a nasty fall for A-Kid gave Devlin the advantage early. It was really a takeover-worthy match, to be honest. It was literally like, for lack of a better phrase, it played out like a human game of chess. It was like
to be fair, there were two people. Yeah, with the two people involved, you'd expect this.
Yeah, and like submission after submission, really innovative offense after innovative offense until Devlin finally got the win, and I was actually quite surprised. I thought the way the match was going, I thought A-Kid was gonna clutch it, but he didn't.
Well, yep, Devlin won.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never unhappy to see the Irishman win, but I don't know,
Yeah.
kind of shocked / disappointed.
And Finn Balor will be very proud of his son.
But he'll want his trunks back.
Yeah. Don't take Daddy's hand me down, Devlin. Or if you do, make sure he's washed them first.
I've heard a rumor that Finn Balor's actually coming to NXT UK.
That's why the joke. Because Finn might be coming to get his trunks back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm up for a Finn Balor versus Dragunov match.
Well, travel between here in America is set to become a lot easier, so that will help with that.
I've heard that he's already in the UK.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, though. It's less of a problem for them because travel is easier.
Yeah.
And it's going to get a lot easier. Because in this country, for the 19th, we're doing away with a whole bunch of the current restrictions that are in force.
Yeah.
Such as face masks will no longer be compulsory.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it also means a certain bunch of travel things are also going to be allowed as well.
Yeah.
As long as you vaccinate. That's pretty much the only restriction left on travel will be vaccination.
Yeah.
But like with anything to do with travel, regardless of pandemics or not, you still are at the mercy of the amber list and the red list and the green lists.
Yep. I mean, I might be going on holiday in October.
Ooh, going anywhere nice?
Going to Turkey for 2 weeks.
Oh, yes, you went there before, didn't you?
Yeah, this time I'm going with friends though.
That should be more fun, I think.
Yes.
Yes. Last time you went with family, didn't you, if I remember correctly?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I think going with family is one thing, and it's not the worst thing in the world, but sometimes it's just easier to be away with people like friends rather than family.
It depends who your family is.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And whether or not you get on with them.
Yeah. Also, if you like, sometimes it's also good to go on holiday on your own.
Oh. I don't know if my anxiety would be able to cope with that.
Oh, I've done like inside the UK holidays like that, and they're wonderful.
Even though I did spend the entirety of my holiday alone in the Sun Lounger reading. I think I actually read through 6 hardback books.
Yeah, but the whole point of a holiday is to relax. It's up to you what you do.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought that. But
well, I think that. So
I was getting told off on a daily basis for not socializing. So yeah, rating for NXT UK was a 7,
yes.
On the level with NXT this week, to be honest.
Yeah, I think the only real takedown of UK, I think, would be the Satomura segment, in all honesty, and the Heritage Cup and the Definitely match being the wrong way around.
Yeah. I mean, some of the in-brand happenings, like a couple of updates here and there would have been nice as well.
Yeah.
Like, where is Kaylee Ray? Is she on like the side of a milk carton yet, or is like?
That's the point I was getting at when I was talking about the women's, with the conversation with Satomura. So yeah,
there was a Trent Seven and Eddie Dennis little flare up as well, so we'll be seeing that match this week too.
Yay!
Again.
Yeah, but it's not the worst thing to see. So you know. Also with NXT UK, unlike the main roster stuff, they may repeat matches, but they don't do them every bloody week.
Yeah.
So there you go. But that, of course, leads us to SmackDown, the show where I've got a lot to say about.
Oh, yeah, me both. Got just under an hour to cover it, so
we should be good, I think.
We should be good.
Yeah, we've done pretty much. We've done very well for pace for this show. Plus, it helps though having the normal show as opposed to having like 2 pay-per-views and stuff to do.
Yeah.
Does make it easier. Right. So SmackDown. We start off with Edge.
Yeah, I mean, I actually liked his promo.
I think, to be fair, after last week, it makes sense for him to start the show.
Yeah.
Because if you have somebody turn up like that and you're not expecting them, not expecting them,
Yeah.
then you would expect the following week to get an explanation, and having it straight away is always good. It's usually the best thing to do, because it should, in theory, have fans going, "What's his reason? What's he going to do?"
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that you use the pictures as well to like kind of emphasize his points.
That's also in character though, because he used to do the same thing when he did rated R stuff and things like that, and he's done it before with videotape when he was just standard Edge before he retired the first time. So it's in character, that stuff, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because there's some wrestlers, when they do that, you're thinking, wow, you must have PowerPoint. Who are you, Drew Gulak?
I was literally just about to say that. You beat me to
it. I know, that's why I cut it out before you could say it. But yeah, most wrestlers have no idea how to do these things, and we know they don't. I mean, some of them do, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, Edge promo, yeah.
Then you had the Jimmy Paul little chick flick segment. It kind of felt awkward.
Yeah, apparently Roman's gone to the same place that Jay is because nobody can find him either.
Oh God, maybe Randy went there too. Cool. Could you imagine sitting in that room? Jesus.
It'd be interesting.
I wonder what they're talking about. Whose spear's bigger? What the Buffalo actually walks to the ring with every week?
I so have a comment right now, but I'm not saying it because it's not appropriate. Even for the fact we can use certain language, it's just not contextually appropriate. Leaving it alone.
Mine was an innuendo as it was, so you know.
Oh, mine was much more blatantly straightforward and obvious. So you actually were much more reserved than what that comment would have been, so that's why I didn't say it. But yeah, that's probably what they're doing, what you said. Then, of course, we have a tag team match. Where they got fed up of photocopying, so just put them in a tag match. It's Nakamura and Big E against Corbin and Apollo.
And the announcer called Corbin King Corbin by accident.
Oh, for those of you unaware, this week WWE attempted to trademark the words Happy Corbin.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
So then Baron Corbin's car got towed in the middle of the match. This was like $1 million man thing, except it was Shinsuke Nakamura.
It was weird. I expect to see Cameron Grimes or LA Knight appear at any moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, this match ended. Nakamura and Big E won.
Also, Big E got the pinfall victory as well, which is good because he's been on the hunt for the Intercontinental Championship for a while.
Yeah.
And although he didn't pin the champion, he pinned the team that the champion was on.
But that's the thing I liked about that. Even in a tag match, do not let the champion get pinned. because like, it makes the champion look bad. You only can get away with that in a tag match is if you've had like, for instance, if it's a tag team match, have a double team move done to him, and then just have both of them do their finishes on him as well. Basically, the champion should take a lot of damage before that happens if they're going to be beaten.
Halfway through the match, Corbin really picked up pace and actually went back to his old Baron Corbin ways with his punching and his angry side.
Well,
I was just like, okay, this is good. And then the cartelling happened.
I was going to say, obviously, you'd know probably better than I would. If he wrestled the way he did in NXT, he would be so much better than what he is currently.
I mean, I didn't watch NXT as much back when Corbin was in there. I started around the time that the Kevin Owens came up to main roster.
Yeah, that was Baron
came up. Baron came up shortly afterwards.
Yeah. It's for those who didn't see it. Basically, Corbin's NXT style was much quicker, much crisper.
Yeah, and I think the main roster's kind of slowed him down, and it's really done crap on his career.
Yeah, I mean, generally, sometimes some wrestlers can go too fast, especially when they're big guys like Corbin is. But he's gone too slow. Yeah, but he's gone too slow.
So then, after this tag team match, we had Bayley and Bianca segment. Bayley's opening promo was great, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Bianca's like, I mean, the only part that was good about this was the fact that Bianca challenged Bayley to an I Quit match.
It's the only thing really saved this.
Again after it. Yeah.
Yeah, because unless you have something like that here, then this really doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean, Bayley accepting the match was obvious as well. I just hope that Bayley does lose, and I don't mean that because I don't like Bayley. I mean that because I don't want to see Bayley versus Bianca again. Not for a while.
Yeah, because the problem is if Bayley wins, you know what happened. Bianca rematches.
Yeah, it's another Drew McIntyre situation.
Drew and Lashley, Drew and Orton.
Yeah.
Definitely. Right.
Something
much more positive, though. Yeah, last man standing match.
This was a good match.
Exactly, much more positive.
Great match, fun to watch. To be honest, like I couldn't really fault it, even down to like what Kevin did to end the actual match, put him through an announce desk, then put him through a table, and then thought, oh, why the hell not? Powerbomb him on the apron as well, just for good measure.
Yeah, flashbacks to NXT for people who are not aware of that.
Yeah, and the fact that he said this is karma before he did it just sewed it all together, and I actually really liked it.
Yeah, the match was good, but the storytelling also worked very well in this match, and that's a good example of it right there.
I hope that's like the full stop on that rivalry. I hope that's gone now. They've hit the pinnacle of that rivalry.
I think it will still be there, but they may not do more matches for a while. Again, I just think it's going to be nice things that will just keep going, but they just won't do it. Hopefully, they won't do it all the time, though.
Yeah, like if need be, let Sammy go out for a bit. He's been on TV a lot lately. Let him like have an injury and like sit him on the sidelines for a bit. He's done his part.
No. You just have him disappear, right? And then eventually, when he does come back, and you say, "See, I told you it was a conspiracy. I disappeared and nobody noticed."
Yeah.
There's ways to make it work.
Let him cost Kevin Owens a title or something down the line.
Yeah. There is ways to make that work. Absolutely. So, oh boy.
Then we had Jimmy Uso versus Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
With Rude ringside.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I kind of thought with Rude ringside, Jimmy was going to lose.
The show basically at this point. The show is starting to do this for me.
Wait, was I? Did I? No, I've gone the wrong way.
I know you have.
My bad.
It's all right. We all do it at some point. I sometimes put them in the wrong order too.
No, we had the Baron Corbin segment with Boogs taking the piss.
Yeah.
And yeah, didn't really do much. I was expecting Corbin to punch Boogs in the face, but it didn't happen.
No, because apparently he's happy now.
Mm. It makes me think, are they trying to make Corbin a face?
Possibly.
Which
I think is a very bad idea.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
It's not as bad as making Jackson Riker a face, but it's up there.
Oh, yeah.
And that's no offense to Corbin, but Corbin is just a much better heel. I like Riker, who's just much better not be on television.
Mm-hmm. And then we had Sonya Deville announced the next Money in the Bank competitor.
Uh-huh.
And the shock to a lot of people.
Yeah, she who has no ethics and no backbone.
Yeah. It was a surprise to a lot of people. It was Selena Vega.
Not me.
Yeah, I heard the rumor that she was coming back. I said this a while ago.
I actually knew when. I just.
Right, I called it as well.
Right.
But this is where my theory comes into play. I think that WWE may be using Twitch as a holding area for their talent for some of their releasees, like Twitch, like Instagram and stuff. They're letting their superstars have free reign of their social platforms until they're needed for a storyline. So possibly we could see Aleister Black come back at some point. Maybe we could see Strowman come back. Who knows now? It's out there. It's one of them.
Yeah. Right.
The stupid part about this.
Oh, there's many stupid parts about this, but we'll get to that.
Vega lost a returning match.
Uh-huh. After being named a participant in Money in the Bank beforehand.
Flashback to last week when the same thing happened to Carmella.
This is part of the point I'm going to make. I have a much bigger point to make about Vega in a minute, but we'll finish this part for now.
Are they trying to make it so that way Liv Morgan looks incredibly good, so that way when she wins the Money in the Bank ladder match, there's just like, oh, it's such a good feel-good story. She came from the bottom like an underdog with all this momentum.
Well, I think they are trying to big babyface her, and I think that's fine because Liv Morgan could potentially be a very good big babyface. Also, it doesn't help. She ain't got much else considering they sacked her friends, but
yeah.
So, yeah, right, here we go. Selena Vega, or Thea Trinidad, right? Okay. One of the reasons she got fired was talking about unionization of wrestlers, right? And not when some of her social media, such as Twitch and OnlyFans and shit like that, to WWE. So she went off, did blah, 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 for whatever it was. And she has that much conviction and that much integrity in herself that less than a year later, she's back with that same company who she had all those bad things to say about. And there's still no union. And they've apparently taken control of her social media as well. But here's the thing. there's a compromise here, apparently, and the compromise was they said sorry.
Fucking hell.
The only thing I can say about this in her defense, and I will put this out here, technically we're still in a pandemic. And to be fair, she may need money. Because we all need to have money to live, right?
Yep.
From that point of view, okay, sure, I can see it. But at the same time, if you're going to burn your bridges going out the way she did, you look really bad going back.
Not to mention that when she was in WWE, how many matches did she actually have?
Not a many, I can tell you that much, especially on the main roster. I mean, it's less than a handful.
I can probably count on two hands how many matches she actually had on main roster.
I think it's probably one hand. If you include NXT, you can probably use a couple. But
I'm including mixed tag matches as well because she partnered with Andrade.
Okay, then you may get a few more for that.
Yeah, but yeah, she's not known for her in-ring stuff. She's known for her manager stuff. And Andrade's off in AEW now, so I think that WWE just called her back because they didn't want her managing him in AEW as well.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. But she, in my opinion, is stupid for doing this.
Yeah, I mean, unless the money was that good.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if they're paying her way more than they did before, then good for her for getting that kind of a deal. Absolutely. No argument. However, if she's just gone back for a similar deal or less, and now they have control of all their stuff, then she's a dumbass, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Also, it spits in the face of all those people that got released because budget cuts.
Yeah, and this falls back onto like the Twitch theory that I have.
Yeah.
And the social media theory that I have. Maybe that we're not being told everything. Maybe some of these releases are just released from WWE's creative team for now.
Well, there's one I'm fairly certain of is an actual release, and that's CJ Perry, the former Lana. And the reason I mention this here, because this is relevant, because she got let go as well. She was on Chris Jericho's podcast this past week talking about WWE creative.
I bet she had a lot to say about tables.
Yep. And filming days and stuff. It's worth a listen. So if you can find Chris Jericho's podcast, have a listen. It is worth it. For those who don't know who CJ Perry is, it's the former Lana.
Yep.
But I mean, I do think it's nice for Morgan to win this match. To win a match, though, it's great. But
2 weeks, 3 weeks running.
Yeah, nothing. Liv Morgan, not Liv Morgan's fault. This, but the person you're having come back, I mean, a big deal putting them in this big match, and you have them lose.
And the fact that it's been like a 6-month hiatus for Zelina Vega as well.
Yeah.
Well, I say hiatus.
Absence. Let's go with absence.
Yeah, sounds a bit more suitable.
Well, hiatus implies she was still with the company, but just was absent. The difference being with absence is she was gone, as in properly gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there we go with that. So good luck to Liv Morgan and see how it goes from there. Next thing I have is a match. Is that the same for you?
Yep.
So it's Otis against Dawkins?
Yep.
Cool.
And let's call this what it was, shall we? This was a squash match.
In many ways.
Yeah, in more ways than one.
Yeah, I would also ask that the doctor checks Dawkins after this as well.
Yeah, I think he'll be in the fracture clinic with Montez as of next week.
Yeah, for those of you who are not aware, Montez is actually injured.
Yep, broken rib.
I wonder how that happened.
Oh, sorry, rib, plural.
Yeah, I wonder how that happened.
I mean, could be the Vader bombs.
Hi, Otis. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Otis won this match though, and yeah,
I think they're gonna have to bring a whole new thing to the WWE standpoint. It's like instead of blink twice if you're being held against your will, blink twice if you've got a broken rib from Otis.
the problem is that you have half the roster doing this.
Yeah, you got Mysterio and both the Prophets standing next to each other, looking like they're about to have an epileptic seizure.
You can make that.
Feels.
You can make that joke. I can't.
Yep.
That's why I set that up for you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, for those of you who have not been paying attention, there's a reason why Aaron can make that joke and I can't.
I'm epileptic.
Exactly. I should
And
say
I play video games for a living.
I should say tastefully make that joke. I could have made that joke, but I'm not an arsehole.
I mean, I'd have let it slide.
Yeah, but again, it's a case of like tact.
Yeah. Just like Otis slides off the top of those ropes these days.
Add on to wrestlers and injures them.
Yep.
Or at least it seems to be every wrestler. It may not be every wrestler. But the fact is, if he's injuring that many people, then it's not the opponents because he's the only common factor at that point.
He is.
So, although I'm pretty sure at this point, Dawkins is, and anyone else who's wrestling in that match, especially thinking, why can't it be Gable?
I mean, yeah, I can see some Gable fans getting a bit testy about Otis getting the limelight. I mean, he is a former Olympian and he's a really good. He's a really good wrestler.
Also, he doesn't hurt people.
Yeah, he's safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, WWE. It's like good times. Good times.
Not if you're wrestling Otis, but anyway.
It made me laugh if Zelina Vega came up with a new signature move and it was called the Vega Bomb because it wouldn't even hurt people.
Oh dear.
They copyright that.
You do that.
Vega Bomb.
Yeah.
So that's Vega Bomb and I was born in catering.
To be honest, it sounds like a drink you'd get in Vegas.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And after what Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins have been through the past 2 weeks, I think they'd be much happier in Vegas, let's be honest.
They'd probably be better off having that drink.
Yeah. Shaken, not chucked.
Shaken, not cracked.
Shaken. Not stirred.
Oh, there we go. Plug in. Get the plugs in. Always get your plugs in.
Plug in.
Yeah, you'll see plenty more of that on the Twitch stream, which will happen in a while. So we're not that far from being done here, so you're going to get a bit more prep time.
I mean, I'm just setting up. Anyway. I've got my laptop set. I've got my Xbox on. It's all good.
It is indeed. We only have one more thing for SmackDown, though, unless I'm mistaken.
I do believe so. It's the Edge and Uso segment.
That's what I have here too, yeah.
Which was basically Edge making Uso his bitch.
He beat the living crap out of him. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it deserved? Yes.
Yeah.
Did Edge speak some home truths? Yes. Did Jimmy like the home truths? Hell to the no. Was it funny? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I think as far as actual, if you talk about somebody who was on this show who didn't actually compete in a match, who did well for themselves, I think Edge.
Yes. Agreed.
Because he got things over and got things going without having to physically have a match. And it built up to his match with a person who wasn't even on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's be fair to Roman. He should have weeks off because he's the champion. I actually do agree with that.
Yeah, he runs on his own clock.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in this instance, you've got a challenger who knows how to help build a program, even if the champion's not there.
Yep.
Does help, especially when one, you've got that kind of experience, and two, you know how to do these things. I'll be curious to see what happens as far as Roman goes once you get the fans back, which is we're in the next couple of weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
And see how absent he is, or whether he gets the sort of reactions they probably expect.
Yeah.
So, because I think there's a few people on these shows who are going to get a big surprise when they get fans back.
Jackson Riker, maybe.
Yeah, that's the one.
This is just maybe.
Yeah.
There is a possibility.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Tiny one.
So, yeah. So Jimmy Uso gets the hell kicked out of him by Edge.
Yep.
And that is the end of SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Which just leaves you to give us a grade for SmackDown.
I think I gave SmackDown a 6 this week, and that was mostly because of Edge.
I think that's fair. I mean, as I already pointed out, I thought Edge did the best out of people on the show.
Yeah.
So, I do have a question for you, though, which I'm going to start asking you at this point. Match of the week.
Oh.
Obviously for you.
I would say Jordan Devlin versus A-Kid, possibly. Like,
I figured that would be in the conversation.
Maybe. It's not been the best week WWE wise for matches. It's been mainly storyline work.
It's one of the reasons I asked you.
Yeah, it's a tough one to pick this week. I mean, if I was to say like a few just to like put in perspective, definitely Jordan Devlin versus A-Kid. I don't know, that there was one on Raw that I said was probably match of the night. I can't remember.
Ricochet and Morrison.
Yeah, I mean the rematch is happening tonight as well, so we probably get a better match tonight than we did last week.
Well, hopefully
it'll not end on double count out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I say main roster Morrison versus Ricochet. Off main roster, A-Kid versus Devlin.
I can see those, and yeah, I think that works.
Not being funny either. The triple threat match for the #1 contendership to the women's NXT tag team titles wasn't that bad of a match either.
Yeah,
probably top 3 material.
I'd say so. I mean, I've already told you who I think the best performer of the week is.
Yeah.
So that was my opinion anyway. Yeah. So that's it pretty much for these things. So I do have a suggestion for something we could possibly try for a Patreon show at some point for a bit of fun.
All right.
And what it basically is, I mean, I'll tell the fans this as well so they can hear and let me know what they think as well, right? Obviously, we normally do WWE reviews, so obviously me and you, right?
Yeah.
I figured what we could do for one of the Patreon shows is do an AEW show.
Right.
And obviously go for it that way, because obviously I'm much more familiar with it than you are.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to have your point of view, on the show for it. I think it'd be interesting. So it just depends on whether you're going to be able to find one to watch. That's the only thing.
I mean, I should be able to. I mean, it's the the site that I used to watch Monday, Raw and Smackdown, and really, Charlie, get out.
Is that Dawkins after Otis's felony?
No, this is no. Yeah, there we go. That works.
It does. Also, he didn't get hurt, which is the important thing there.
Yeah, Cat does have common sense. Who'd have thought?
Unlike Bruce. But
No, Bruce has this thing at the moment where if you if you're like telling him to get in the house and he's out front, he'll lie down and put all four paws up in the air. So it's gotten to the point where instead of like kicking him along the floor or like pushing him along the floor with my heel, I'll just pick him up by his arms and his legs and I'll just carry him in and drop him on the floor. And he just kind of looked at me as if to say, I was hoping for belly rubs. Why did you bring me inside?
Because you made it easier by going on your back and lifting your feet in the air.
Yeah. It's just like life hacks for dog owners.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. But obviously, people who have pets, cats or dogs, obviously, you guys all know to be careful and stuff, and and that's the main thing.
Yeah, I'm not at all like, what's the word?
Oh no, I'm not saying you are at all, but yeah, there are some people out there who are that. But all the good ones of you out there, no, there's lots of you. You even if your dog or cat or whatever is being very annoying, you will find a way to deal with it.
Yeah, like close your eyes, count to 10, and pretend that they're not there.
Yeah, it's something you have to always bear in mind when you have a pet of any kind. Is there's always a possibility you're going to have that sort of thing happen. It's essentially what happens with parents and children.
Yep, ain't no lucky.
Yeah, and there's a few people we know who have got this one coming at some point. So
yes, indeed.
Cool. Right. So let's see. Oh yeah. What are you actually doing for this month's charity? Because obviously you said what the charity was, but you didn't say what you're doing for it. Is it just the singing? Is it just the performance thing or the hair?
I have the red hair as well, but I'm doing sing for support. So donate £5 or more, and you get to choose a song for me to cover. If you wanted to know my vocal range, the sort of stuff I sing, then check out my TikTok, because I did a vocal range like kind of show thing on my TikTok, and I also did a cover for Anxiety Month, and I uploaded that too, and that was a Little Things cover by One Direction.
Yeah, here's one for you though, people. Right. For those of you who might want some tips or stuff you could possibly suggest, we used to do a singing round on sorting stuff.
Oh no!
So if you want some tips, people, at me, at the network, and I can give you some hints as to what you could get him to sing.
Oh hell!
Remember, it's for charity.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's all very good, and it's all going to worthwhile causes, and that's the important thing about these things.
Yep.
So, and of course, it's going to this one right here. So this is the Just Giving page, people. So this is where you do that stuff. So the link's in the YouTube description underneath. So just find that. You'll get this logo up here. Put in your donation and say what you want.
Yeah.
Singing wise, people, don't get rude.
I mean, I had somebody turn around and say that they was going to get me to sing the Macarena. I was just like, that's all well and good, but one, I don't speak Spanish, and two, fuck off. Like, in the nicest way possible. I wouldn't sing that. I'd like be sensible with the suggestions, like as just sensible as possible.
So if I gave you £5 to sing the Care Bear song, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I guess. But I, I don't know. I don't know the Care Bear song, so
No, I'm just trying to gauge a
it'll be
level to
interesting.
what you mean by reasonable.
I mean, like songs that uh like send me suggestions of what you've send me songs that you'd like me to cover, and I'll tell you what ones I can do and what ones I can't do.
Oh, I know what you can't do from that singing we used to
Yeah,
do.
but you, unlike a lot of other people, know like my vocal range.
True. So for those of you who'd like an idea of what it is, you can go watch some old episodes of Sourcing Stuff when Aaron was on then, and you can get an idea from that as well
Yeah.
if you need some sort of way. Or you could just ask the guy.
I mean, I thought you was going to bring up clips then, and I was just like, oh no,
You shouldn't have
oh
told me
no.
that. I've now got that idea in my head, so well done.
I thought you in your genius mind would have done that already. I was just like, oh,
No, I was going to be nice about it. You've just put that idea in my head, so well done.
now you just got to find time to try and get that interaction. That's going to be the real
And
task, isn't
now you know why I didn't do it this week. I hadn't had the time.
it? By the time you get time to do it, it will be October and all this will be gone. Fingers crossed.
It could be
Well, it
quite
looks kind of
tricky.
orange in this light.
It does, yeah. Depending the kind of lighting you got, but yeah, I've got a busy couple of months coming up, so it could be interesting.
Yeah.
So when you do what I do, the summer months tend to be quite busy, even now, especially since restrictions are ending as well. So that's going to lead to a lot too. But obviously, once we finish here, guys, you can find Aaron on here. Give us about 10 minutes from when we finish, and you can find him right here.
Yep. Stream cameras all set up.
Yeah, exactly. And for those of you who would like to be notified when he's ready, just give him a follow or a subscribe.
I have 1 subscriber so far, and I made my first $5, so I'm happy.
Yeah, all that stuff helps because it all helps keep things running, and also stuff goes to charities as well. So this is all good stuff.
Yep. I can't find Otto.
Oh no!
Oh, I found him.
Yay! There we go. That makes sense. For those of you who've seen some previous shows, you'll know who he is.
Yeah. And if you get 1,000 channel points, you can flip him over.
Ooh.
Yeah. And my channel points are called caring counters. So nice.
Nice. Very nice. So yeah, you guys can go check that out and have fun. I will see what I can do, but I might need to actually get some sleep at some point because I've not had any.
That's fair enough. I can relate to that.
I know you can. That's why I know you understand it. So, but if I can, I'll check. I'll probably try and check in at some point to have a little note and see what's going on. So, I do like to try and check out people's streams that I know if I can. But again, it's a time thing. I mean, you know the kind of schedule I have. So.
Yeah, of course.
So, but I do try when I can.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there you go.
I've got to try and stay awake for another 2 hours now, possibly 3.
Energy drinks.
Yeah, that's why I got a sneak.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Yeah. So
Sneak.
So Sneak, yeah, like it's in that bottle. Sneak, yeah. Sneak, yeah.
Yep, this little bugger.
Yeah, that one right there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is where we're helping Aaron plug right now. People said, yeah.
Cherry bomb, cherry bomb, cherry bomb, cherry bomb, bit cherry bomb.
Yeah. There you go. You can see more of that fun stuff in a little while when he's on the thingy.
Yep.
I'm just
of course representing the Crow fam.
Yes, that is right. So yeah, part of that is your Twitch collective,
Discord
isn't
family.
it? Oh, Discord family. That's it. I get them confused. Yeah, it's a Discord family. So
yep.
So it does help. You know, the more support you can get for Twitch streaming online stuff, the better. And Discords are a very good way to do that as well.
Mm-hmm. So I got busy and I did some artwork as well this week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Definitely very nice.
Yeah.
So cool. Right, just before we disappear, I'll just have to do these quickly. Patreon for this channel, guys, for all the different shows. There is of course a Patreon for this show because we talked about it on the show as well. So then we're going to start adding some stuff to it when we can, because I had one suggestion. I have a few others as well, which I will talk to Aaron about with another point. But we have shows on here as well, so you can check those out. We have Sorting. We have a Twitter. We have an Instagram. Links are down below for those. Okay. I'm going to talk to Aaron about some of the stuff I'm going to speak to Aaron about off air, because I think it's better to bring it up with him first to see what he says, because I'm not sure how they're going to go.
Yeah, not to mention there's only 12 minutes left until I've got a stream too.
Exactly. That's why we're going off air, because that way if he needs to go in, he can go, and it's not going to be rude to anyone. So with that one, people, until next Sunday, because I should do Sunday next week. So yay! Well, this week actually, I can do Sunday. So yeah, it was just that one. It's just this time of year, because of what's going on. It's just weekends can be a bit of a pain. So with that, young people, we're gonna wave goodbye. I hope we get medical insurance, because Otis might fall on us. Bye. And remember, have ethics. Don't sell out like Selena Vega.
You're only as good